All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about some details associated with typical insurance policies. Insurance policies are generally going to have several categories of information and details. So first off, they're going to have some definitions. So they might note that that throughout the rest of the policy, the company may be the words that they use to refer to the insurance company, for instance, things like that. Then they're also going to have declarations. So a declaration section that is specifying what is being insured, whether that is a person's life, whether that is a car, a home. So it's declaring what is being insured. And then they'll add more to that with a description section in which, in the case of, say, life insurance, they'll specify the name of the person. In the case of, say, homeowners insurance, it'll specify the address, things like that, basically. So it'll describe what particular thing is being insured. Then we'll have a perils section. So if we're looking at homeowners insurance or, say, automobile insurance, it'll specify what kinds of things are going to be covered. So let's use the homeowners insurance example. In a prior video, we talked about the fact that you could have sort of a named peril policy, or you could have a general peril policy. So we're going to specify basically what's going to be covered and what's not. So if it's a named peril policy, it's going to specify these are the things that would cause damage that the insurance policy would pay for. If it's a general peril policy, it would say, all right, it's a general peril policy. It covers basically pretty much everything, unless we have some that are excluded. So if there are any exclusions, things that the policy is not going to cover, then that's going to be listed in a section as well. And it's going to specify this is not covered. There may be conditions associated with a policy. So maybe there are conditions pertaining to, maybe for the homeowners insurance policy to be in place, maybe you have to get, if it's in a high termite area or something, maybe you have to have treatments periodically to ensure the termites don't damage the structure. Or maybe if the roof is in bad shape, maybe the condition is that the roof has to be inspected and certified or repaired, or things like that. Also, there can be a section with various other provisions that are applicable to the policy, and that can vary a bit in terms of what it is, but there might be a section with other provisions for it. You can also have what are called endorsements or riders. And so these are basically sort of changes or modifications to the policy. So an endorsement is a modification to a property policy. So what would happen for that is a typical property policy, like a homeowner's insurance policy, will only cover jewelry up to a certain amount. So if your house burns down, it's only going to pay for a certain limited amount of jewelry that you lost in the fire. However, let's suppose you inherited grandma's ring and it was worth a whole lot. Well, if that's the case, you can basically, when you get the policy, get an endorsement, a modification to the policy that sort of bumps up that coverage to cover a higher amount of jewelry. And obviously that would come with more cost too, but you can actually modify that policy through that endorsement. If you have a modification to a life or health policy that makes some kind of other adjustment to those, that would be called a rider. So an endorsement or a rider is some sort of modification to the policy. Endorsement is when it's a property policy. A rider is when it is a life or health policy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.